What's up, fight fans? I'm J.Cotto. Welcome to J.Cotto's Fight Page on YouTube. And just want to thank you guys for watching all the content that I left on the channel. I've been a little busy trying to move hashtag come back to boxing, the movement, of course, our movement. Been trying to move it and, put it on Facebook Live and give some boxing reports as well. And, of course, I told you guys I'd be back, left you guys an update as to what I was doing, where you can reach me. If you still haven't found the links, well, just go to Facebook, type in J Cotto, Jay Cotto. You see me, and you follow me for live boxing reports every other day. And just basically, I'm going to give you guys some boxing talk and some boxing news. And just want to say peace to everybody over at the YTBC and LDBC, and just basically ex Cali's MOBC, if I'm not mistaken. Peace to him too. Let's get down to boxing, man. Well, Antonio Tarver once again prices himself out of a fight offer, but yet goes on a rant, begging and pleading for fights. He wants super fights, but he fails to look at the fact that one, he was caught twice using performance enhancing drugs. Two, you have to work your way towards a competitive status. You want to do what George Foreman has done, right? But you're not even starting the road towards a heavyweight championship. Roy Jones Jr. victory, the Rocky movie role, that's all in the past. That won't get you a championship match, man. Fighting will. Hashtag go back to boxing. Now, Chocolito Gonzalez will be on the undercard of Golovkin Brook come September 10th. He has a tough fight ahead of him, and many critics are doubting him. Well, as he moves up, of course he's gonna need power, more skill. The competition is gonna get a little heavier and much more, much more complicated. But I have a very strong feeling and belief that since Alexis Arguello was in his life in his early stages of his boxing career, you have to say he's cut from the Arguello cloth. So basically, he'll know exactly what he's doing at a certain point when he meets certain fighters. Chocolito Gonzalez is just not your average boxer. The kid had a mentor. Too bad the mentor wasn't around to see him flourish, in this stage of his career. But Chocolito Gonzalez, Roman Chocolito Gonzalez, has a great future ahead of him. Now, there's been talks in boxing forums of a casual notion that Vladimir Klitschko was somewhat better than Muhammad Ali. Now, this is exactly what made hashtag come back to boxing. Casual notions like this, you know, can understand having favorite errors, having favorite fighters, shit, even having favorite styles. But I'm just saying, facts are facts. And any boxing today and age, and we're not only speaking on what Ali did out of the ring, we're keeping it boxing in the ring. Muhammad Ali was too skilled and is too skilled for most of these fighters today in the heavyweight division. There have been arguments that he had problems with athletic fighters, quote unquote, like Norton and Spinks, but those were all redeemed. So that argument is just crumbled and thrown into the fucking trash bin. But it is what it is. People have their opinions, they have a right to it, but fact is fact. Vladimir Klitschko is nowhere in the league of Muhammad Ali, or anyone in his era, Muhammad Ali's era, that is. Let's move on. Canelo Smith is coming up, and Canelo has been spewing bullshit out of his mouth about Triple G, saying he will fight him anytime, anywhere. And he will fight him when his body tells him to. Sounds like the boss controls the employee, and the employee is so frustrated, wanting to actually fight. But Golden Boss, man, won't let the fight happen just yet. For marinating, letting the fight marinate is the reason. This fight has already estimated its value, and hoping it will may pack itself is a selfish notion. Golden Boss contradicted himself, saying the obvious against Mayweather Jr., but now is doing the same thing with his golden employee. If this fight marinates anymore, it will lose interest value, as one fighter will age and the other will begin to age. The closing gate for Golden Boss to produce this fight is May or September, or between May and September of 2017. After that, it's just a mediocre thought in the minds of fight fans. We will no longer wait 5 to 6 years for fighters to fight when anticipated by us. Now, Mora and Jacob 2 is going to be the shit, okay? As both men had heated words when Mora stated that the knockdown Jacob scored on Mora was more of a push, as Mora also stated Jacobs was pushing in most of the match. Now, you've gotta do your research on that calling, that media calling. It was off the chain. Both men have respect for each other, but at the same time, they're going to disrespect each other when they meet again. Now, I just want to make this little suggestion to two fighters that I've seen this past weekend of last week, and man, I just want to say, Angulo, Guerrero, it's time to retire. You know what I'm saying? Angulo looked he's gonna become another Meldrick Taylor. No disrespect, but you got to stop it. And Guerrero, you're nowhere near a gatekeeper. Even you're very delusional. I can understand the loss to Peralta. You're upset. Yes, I understand this, but at the same time, man, you can't go out like that. There have been questions if he should fire his dad, and he should have done that 4 fights ago. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. Thank you, you guys. You gave us great fights. You gave us good fights, but it's time to hang them up, man. You know, people like myself don't want to see you hurt anymore. That's ridiculous. It makes no sense. To further drag you into combat where you're gonna face younger, hungrier, and harder hitting opponents. No thanks. I rather leave you where you are with and taking the service that you've given us, gentlemen. Thank you. Now, this is something that I have to totally speak upon because I'm always bashing MMA when they talk shit about boxing. So I have to just do this simply because and everyone who is a fan of this man, I'm just speaking about it for the sport. You guys can speak upon it if you'd like because he would be your favorite boxer, right? But it's just the things that this guy is saying, and I can see exactly why MMA and boxing have a feud. But yet, it's not only because of him, because there are other things that other, should I say, MMA fight fans, say out their ass, as well as the executives and the don't know shit about boxing guys in suits over at the MMA, forums and shit, and it's just the shit that they say about boxing. But meanwhile, boxing and kickboxing is basically the first basic form of MMA. So it's just a lot of disrespecting the sport of boxing, but yet at the same time, taking pieces of boxing and boxing history at that, and trying to have your fights mentioned or compared to the little piece of boxing history or should I say, the huge piece of boxing history that the MMA crowd does, or the UFC, all included, do, and they try to compare their fights to these beautiful and great, huge fight pieces, as to Ali Frazier, and they try to compare the Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor to Ali Frazier, saying that that was our or their crowd's Ali Frazier, right? But at the same time, I don't I don't agree. That's a double standard is blasphemy, because reason why I say this is because now they come out and say right after that, exact like 5 seconds after that, that was the night boxing died. But yet you're gonna compare it to the grandest stage of boxing. You see where I'm getting at. So let me just get into this. Now, Floyd Mayweather Jr. says that not only is he the face of boxing, he is the face of mixed martial arts. Now, I have stated this, and I'm going to state it again. I agree on the boxing aspect of his statement, but I totally disagree with the MMA part. Okay? No fucking way. And I have to say, Mayweather Jr., you have to stay in your lane with this one. You have to really, really, really drive carefully with that one, because it's rumored that you are going to start flooding some of your fighters into MMA. But at the same time, could this also be a setup or a marketing scheme for McGregor Mayweather Jr.? We never know. No propaganda here, just putting the thought out. Anthony Joshua may face Pulev in November. Okay, then we will also have Parker Price. So the heavyweight division will continue to fight and contend for Joshua's IBF, while Deontay Wilder, WBC title holder, recovers from hand surgery, his third one, by the way. And the boxing cipher will be action personified, guys. See, because Wilder, WBC, and Joshua, IBF, are going to be the standard. Okay? A very exciting standard. Now, winner of Parker Price will see the winner of Joshua Pulev. Then the winner of Stavern Povetkin will see WBC champ Deontay Wilder. Then hopefully the WBC and IBF will push for unifications. That would be fucking great. Now, happy belated birthday to boxing great Sugar Ray Leonard, who turned 60 years old 2 days ago. 3 days now. Thanks and happy birthday, champ. I just like to say, thank you for your service in boxing. You know, you're a great. I grew up watching you, and 60 years old. Thank God you're with us today, and it's great to see you giving a lot of advice to the up and coming stars as well, like you did with Brooke, and Golovkin and the rest of them. Thank you, champ. Happy birthday. Now, before I close out, I just want to say peace to everybody, and I have a list of followers, subscribers, and basically people who are down with the movement. Hashtag come back to boxing. Okay, I'd like to thank the Boxing Junkie, also YTBC student, John Ryan, Andre Lewis, Robert K.O. Boxing, Michael Montero, Vice Ortiz, Andre Gonzalez, Tommy Smoke, George Cerner, Ray Gomez, Johnny Cornelius, Raymond Uy, Geneva Warren, Joey Gonzalez, Frisk Book, Phil Goldstein, Tim Garland, Angel Gabriel, Aid Brentwood, The Fight Guru, Reef the Watcher, Black September, John Aristole, Chris Caffiero, Bella Starr, Mauricio Herrera, Estella Herrera, Cindy Amador, Tiffany Chen, Anthony Rosa, and everybody and every new viewer and subscriber. Thank you. You guys rock. My name is J.Cotto. Thank you for joining my fight page. God bless. Stay vigilant. And get some Brosco on his 45 in your life. Peace.